Back again for some more review. Make sure you have Form A of your math, and we are going to pick right back up where we left off. We're going to do these problems again together today to make sure that we remember our skills and how to do this. And away we go. What is the sum? So we are quite simply going to add. Any type of problem that is written horizontally, you need to rewrite it vertically. I do not want you trying to do this in your head. You need to have the numbers stacked up and down vertically so you can regroup properly, okay? So you go ahead and solve it. We should know that's 15. I say 9 plus 1 is 10, plus 7 is 17. 3 plus 1 is 4, 4 plus 4 is 8. So I would get 875. Okay, so we would bubble in. Remember, start from the left. 8, 7, 5. And remember, those goofy symbols are for fractions. So you will only use those for fractions. Julian plays piano 4 times a week and plays violin 3 times a week. How many times did Julian play an instrument in the last 8 weeks? So what would we do? Well, he plays piano 4 and violin 3. So he plays an instrument 7 times a week. And we want to know in the last 8 weeks. So we would multiply. Again, you should know your facts. This is knowing your multiplication facts helps you get those answers correct. Because if you said 54, because if that was an answer choice, you would be wrong because 7 times 8 is 56. Okay. 55, 6. And if you're stuck on some of them, remember anything times 8 is a double, 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 which is a lot to remember. Or you can just simply do it old school and do your repeated addition. Hopefully you don't have to do that. That's 4 times 7 is 28. And then I would add it again 4 times. So I know that's 28. And then adding that up is 56. So you got to use your tools in your box. All right. Keep on trucking. A number rounded to the nearest 100 and the result was 800. What could the smallest value of the number could be? So if it rounds to 800, what was the smallest it could be? Like, could it be 749? Because remember, when we round to the 100, we look at the 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, hit the floor. That would go to 700. Would it be 750? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, climb the vine. That would round up to 800. So our answer would be 750. Okay, did that make sense? What's the smallest value? I could say 799 would round up to 800, but the question is asking for the smallest one. 749 would go to 700, 750 would go to 800 because of that 5. And it would be 750 and all the numbers all the way up to 799 would round up to 800. All right, we're going to mark through number 16 because it's asking about the figure of is gray. I don't see any gray. So we're going to skip it. All right, select the expression that can help you solve 6 times 8. This is our distributive property. Remember the distributive doctor? You're breaking apart one of the numbers, and usually it's the second number. So 2 plus 3 is not 6, so that can't be right. And 2 plus 4 is not 8. 6 stays the same, but is 8 split up between 2 and 4? No, that would be 6. 6 stays the same. Remember, 1 always stays the same and 1 splits apart. 5 plus 3 is 8. Yeah. 4 stays the same, but it's not even up there, so that can't be right at all. So we spent a lot of time on distributive property, and I know it was kind of challenging. So you kind of have to dig back into your filing cabinet. And remember, in the distributive property, only one number is split apart and the other one stays the same. Okay? So again, it's good that we're reviewing this stuff, right? A hotel saltwater pool is 30 feet wide and 30 feet long and 10 feet wide. What is the area? Remember what area is? One side times the other. Perimeter you add, area you multiply. 10 times 30. All right, remember with anything with zero trick, 1 times 3 is 3 and add the zeros. And I get 300. Okay. 3, 0, 0. Now I write the numbers on the top just so I make sure I bubble in the correct numbers. Honestly, I can't remember on if they have that option or not, because we didn't take it last year because we were doing e-learning last year, 4th quarter. So I just do that to keep my numbers straight, but you can if you want. The hotel also has a chlorine pool. It has the same area as the saltwater pool, but different perimeter. Select all that could be the length and width of the chlorine pool. Same area. So we are multiplying these two together, right? Okay. So 15 times 2 is 30. Add my 0. 2 times 2 is 4. Add the zeros. 2 times 15 is 30. Add the 1 0. 15 times 4. Well, 15 times 2 is 30, and then I would double it because it's times 4. So 15 times 4 is 60. Add the 1 0. 6 times 5 is 30. Add the 1 0. Very quickly, we found so again, just reviewing skills. Hopefully you're able to solve the problems with me and not wait for me to do them for you. If you can, that means you're doing a good job and you remember your skills. A worker at a clothing store needs to set up 6 display tables with 8 sweaters on each. How many sweaters are needed for this display? Pretty easy. 6 tables, 8 on each. Got to know your facts. 48. Again, with the bigger numbers like the times 8, 6 groups of 8. Okay. Add them up and you get 48. Okay. Loretta says that when any number between 1 and 9 is multiplied by 5, the product is odd. That's our clue. Is she correct? Anything times 5 is odd. Let's see. Let's test. 1 times 5 is 5. 2 times 5 is 10. 3 times 5 is 15. 4 times 5 is 20. Is everything odd? Nope, every other. Odd, odd, even, even, because 0 is even. No. Jonathan is making a rectangular pattern. The area is 16. Can you tell what the perimeter is? Okay. If the area is 16 and it's a rectangle, remember area is one side multiplied by the other. And it can't be, hang on. Okay, so what times what is 16? Okay. 2 times 8 is 16, right? So remember, perimeter is adding all of them up. So if this side is 2, 2, 16, 16. So then I would add them up. 18 plus 18 is 36. Why didn't I do 4 times 4? Because then it would have been a square, and it's asking for a rectangle. Could have done 1 times 6 too. Okay. 2 more today. Sebastian has a box of colored pencils. The table shows the length of his pencils. Complete the line plot to show the lengths of Sebastian's colored pencils. All right, 3, 5. You go ahead and get going. 2. I mark them out. Remember to make sure I count them all. That's pretty easy. Oh boy, distributive property, it never goes away. Remember, with distributive property, we're only breaking apart one number. So let's look. There's a lot of numbers to look at. So sometimes I like to cover up so I can just focus on one thing at a time. Okay, so the problem is 2 times 8 plus 2. Did they split apart? Oh, we've got 2, and then the 8, and the 2 here. So if I want to check it, so we've got the 2 here, and then the 8 and the 2 here, adding it together. So they didn't split it apart. They stretched out this problem to get the 2 on both sides. Okay, so that would be a yes. And I can check it because 8 plus 2 is 10. 10 times 2 is 20. So that would be 16. And 16 plus 4 is also 20. Is that the distributive property? Nope, it's just a straight up multiplication problem. What about that one? Remember this one, what this one is called? The associative. Just the parentheses change spots. So that's a no. Let's see here. We've got a 1 plus 1, a 1 and a 1 times 10. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 times 10 is 20. 1 times 10 is 20. 1 times 10 is 20. 10 plus 10, or 1 times 10 is 10. 1 times 10 is 10. 10 plus 10 is 20. So we've got one there too. And look at that one. That is our old flip-flop property, right? You just flop the factors. Okay, again, for the 50th time, these are all skills that you have been taught. This is just us going back into our memory to remember how to complete them. Tomorrow, instead of me going through each problem, I want you, your job is to solve the rest of 20 to 33. You solve the rest of them, just like a math test review, and then you'll come back and we'll check with me. But I want you to do some on your own to see how much you remember. And I'm sure once we're doing these skills are going to start to come in. Oh yeah, I remember how to do that. Oh yeah. Okay. So you solve the rest of the problems tomorrow, or if you feel like doing it now, you can, but I would wait for tomorrow for your math lesson, and then you'll check back with me, and I'll see you tomorrow.